In this lesson, we're going to learn how to make a basic tween. We're going to take a basic shape and have that shape move from one side of the stage, let's say the left side here, over to the right side of the stage. And we're also going to have that tweened object move across the stage, and I'll also show how to change the color so that you get a tween with motion and also a tween that shows the color changing. Alright, so the first thing that we've got to do is select an object and select a color. So let's go ahead and select a color. Let's go ahead and today I think we'll select orange, and we'll go with a square or a rectangle, whatever shape we can get here. I'm not going to draw it too big, just simple right here. And what we're going to do now is take this object, take our selection cursor and select it. We could also do this by double clicking on the object. So you can either click and drag and select the object itself, or you can double click on the object that you've drawn, and you'll notice that you've got these little white dots, this little white dot pattern all the way around the object, including the outline. That's important. You don't want to select an object and not have the outline selected with it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to convert this or modify it. We're going to make it into a symbol. So I'm going to come up here to the Modify menu, scroll down to Convert to Symbol, and now I'm simply going to change the name to something very simple, orange circle. This makes it extremely easy to remember, and in a large movie that we're doing, or in a long movie, or a scene that we're doing, and who knows how many different layers you're going to have. We want to keep these things organized and named, very simple names, so you can find them later without trouble. And we're also going to make sure it says or is selected on movie clip. So let's go ahead and select OK, and you'll notice now that you have a very light blue or an aqua blue rectangle just to the outer edge of the circle, the square. And what we're going to do now is that we've created this symbol, we're going to go ahead and select a frame. Let's go ahead and select the 35th frame here. Notice it now is highlighted with a gray frame, and what we're going to do now is insert a keyframe. So let's go to Insert menu, Timeline, and Keyframe. And you can see that we now have a new keyframe. All the frames are added in between frame 35 and 1. And now what we're going to do is take this rectangle that we've drawn, this orange rectangle, and it is in frame 35 that's showing right now. So it's showing right here in frame 35, which is also, if we select frame 1, the same frame in the same placement as frame 1. So we go back to frame 35, and we need to move this object so that we can show a tween. So let's go ahead and move this object to our far right corner, and now we've got a frame with our object showing in frame 1, and we can select any other frame along our timeline that is going to be our tween here, and you can see it's still in frame 1, but the last frame, frame 35, is positioned here on the far right, and that's how we know it'll be tweened from left to right. So now that we've got an object in a symbol or an object that's been created into a symbol in frame 1 on our left, and we've got that same symbol moved across to the opposite edge or corner of the stage, we're going to go ahead and select any frame in between 1 and 35, or whatever frame you selected to tween an object. So I'm going to go ahead and select anywhere in between there, and now I'm going to drop down to my Properties panel. I'm going to look at the tween. It is selected on the None, and we're going to select this blue button here and select a Motion Tween. And you can now see that there is a blue bar, or a soft blue bar, through these frames that we have. And you'll also see a nice long black line that is not broken or in little dashes, and it has a nice little arrow on it. And now we can take our playhead and select it and scrub it back and forth to see if we actually have a tweened object, which we do. So now let's go ahead and select our control menu, and we'll do the loop playback, and then of course we'll select play, and now you can see that we have a tweened object, and you don't have to fill in. This creates a lot less work for you. As you can see, doing a frame by frame forced animation takes much more work. The computer also spaces out these objects for each frame perfectly so that it's a nice smooth looking animation for you. If you have any questions or you need any help, please come see me, and good luck to you on this. If you have any questions, you can refer back to this YouTube lesson later on, and hopefully this helps you. Good luck.